One of the things that I've noticed about this whole stalking, bullying type thing, and sorry, my eye is always a bit red on the left side. Maybe because I have a tiny AC in the window and a small fan. So anyways, irritating my eye. Anyway, it's like you're afraid to protect yourself. If any of them is using the psychic power, somebody who is psychic, or there's using some type of technology. See, this is where they incorporate this psychic techniques or psychic power. Now, psychic readings are great to tell you where you stand with certain things and what steps that's needed to take. That's legitimately a bona fide great thing in a person's life. But I'm talking about using psychic powers to deliberately fuck with a person. Now, I'm not sure how this works exactly. In my line of work, in my opinion, a psychic reading is like, well, tell me how, most 99.9%, how does he feel, how does she feel? What do they think about me? Are they attracted to me? What do their parents think about me? Do they like me? Did they like the meal I cook? Did they like staying at our house? You know, is anybody smack talking me to him or her? These are relationship questions, right? When it comes to workplace, does my boss think I'm an asshole? Does my boss like me? Is my boss gonna fire me? Is my boss think of what I was doing on the computer? You know, stuff like that, right? Because they don't want to get fired and they want their boss to like them. But this is something different. This is something where the psychic is actually talking to you. It's like, I don't know, understand that. I don't understand what category of what category of it falls under. What category, what psychic ability it's supposed to be. It's not auditory, I guess. I don't. You see, the thing is, I think I'm auditory, but this is the only voice I've heard. I haven't heard anybody else. I don't hear, you know, other people's thoughts. So this is why I know it's deliberately being done. I'm being hacked relentlessly. My business is being attacked relentlessly. They were literally sitting around my house, creating a lot of problems, you know, like basically trying to scare me to run away from the house. And this was in California. This spritzing, spraying, this feeling like I'm being microwaved. Now, unless there's, like, again, two sets of people, I'm suddenly developed schizophrenia. But schizophrenia, let's imagine there's a little man in my head talking, yes, a little green Martian, or Plutonian, or a little man from Mercury, or even planet Earth. Let's just imagine that, if you will, in my head, or buried in my eardrum, and he's talking to me. Schizophrenia here, right? I'm not schizophrenic, but we're talking about, you know, modern day schizophrenia, or my particular brand of schizophrenia. Unless he is crawling out and hacking me and messing with my ad campaigns, then the two are completely unrelated. That would make the two completely unrelated if he is not doing that. Or if what I'm trying to say is, if this little voice, he must be crawling out and hacking me. Because I am being hacked as currently as I'm saying this. I can't use my cards in a lot of places. If I go to do something, the machine goes bad or something goes wrong. And this microwaving, I can feel it, and my body gets hot at certain spots. Like I can feel the bottom of my feet will just get hot and start burning, or some part of my fingers, somewhere will start to get hot and burning. I don't know what's causing that. There's always, you know, like shooting pains in my head. I don't know. Schizophrenia doesn't cause that. Schizophrenia will not cause that. Like, again, unless there's a little man in there pounding on my nerve system. That's, I mean, the way how things are going now, I wouldn't put that out of the realm of possibilities. I mean, hey, it's all outrageous as shit, right? I don't know. But anyway, I'm just trying to make light of it because I don't know what else to do. I mean, it's almost like they want you to say shit like this. But I have to make a joke of it because it is a joke. It's not, it is a joke, right? Little man in my head. I mean, what else can it be? So, but my whole point of saying that was, there's no little man in my head. I don't know if I've developed schizophrenia. I don't think I have. I will take a test to see if there's some kind of chemical imbalance in my brain. I am pretty sure they'll come up negative. So we can rule that out. I can't hide under schizophrenia. Let's say the law is looking for me and I don't know it. Schizophrenia ain't gonna save my fat ass. It's not gonna help me. You know, and that's to the hackers. You're golden. But anyway, I really don't care about this. Like the things they're trying to portray about me, they're trying to make it look or make me feel like I'm on some kind of watch list, that people are watching me, people are saying, you know, it's like, I really don't care. As of yet, no police has talked to me. I'm right here in the United States of America. How come no one has asked me any questions? I'm right here. I'm not picking up every 2 weeks and running anywhere. I'm right here. But anyway, it's like you also get to this part where you feel like you're afraid to defend yourself, and don't. Because what they're gonna do is they're gonna try to create these feelings. Now, there's something called concentrated energy. Concentrated negative energy. Now, there was a Japanese scientist. I can't remember his name, but I'm gonna post it at the bottom when I'm uploaded the video. He had done a test with some rice. He took 2 mason jars and he put boiled rice in them. On one of the jars, he wrote all bad words like hate, spite, malice, pain, you're ugly, you're stupid, you're fat, you know, stuff that hurt people. He wrote that on the bottle, sealed the bottle just like normal. And on the second bottle, he poured the same amount of rice and he wrote love, peace, you're beautiful. You know, whatever sweet words you can write, words that uplifts a person. Sealed it off just like normal. And he put them away, I think for 30 days. When he pulled out the rice, the 2 bottles, the one that was bad, that had the bad words on it, the insults, the put downs, the feelings of being less than. The rice was black all over. I don't know if there were worms in it, but it was black all over. It was clearly rotten. The bottle with the clean, the healthy words, the uplifting words, the ones that makes people feel better, that make them feel better, that make them feel better about themselves. It was barely touched. It was going bad. I mean, it's rice. We're not talking about a magic trick here. But it had way less, about 90% less rottenness on top of it. The green stuff on it, not the green stuff, it was black in color. I don't know where the black came from. I was thinking green yellow, but it was black stuff. But it just goes to show, and I don't know how many times he conducted the same experiment, maybe on different things, using different household items, but what, right? So they also do this experiment with water. Now think about what I'm saying. We are like 80% water. We're like 80% made up of water. So this concentrated energy, if they are getting people around and they're hacking, now they have, let's look at this realistically. Forget the voice to skull, right? They're hacking every device. They might get another house, sitting around our house, have something where they can hear us, you know? And they have something also where everybody, let's say they have like 3 or 4 people constantly, 24 hours a day, putting curse words on us, insults, put downs, making us feel bad, telling us we're homeless, telling us police is catching us for some reason, telling us we're not worthy, We're less than. Anything they can think of, we're in handcuffs. What do you think is going to do to us, that water of what we are after a period of time? We're going to start reflecting that. It's like a child. Think of the water like a child. Because we can't hear what they're saying. But we all know some paranoia is there, and we don't know where it's coming from. Something is off with us from the person we used to be before this shit started. And we don't know exactly what it is. We're not drug users. Some of you smoke pot, okay, but you've always smoked pot. You never had this problem with it. If you smoked a bad batch, well, you've been smoking a bad batch for how long? You know what I mean? It's not gonna fly. I don't do drugs. The last time I took one pull on a neighbor was sitting there. It was his day off, and he was just smoking away. I went to pick up my mail, and he said, "Here," and it just one. And this was like over 2 years ago. I don't think that constitutes a constant drug use to me. I don't do drugs. I just don't feel the need for it. I mean, those of you who smoke pot, for medicinal purposes, that's fine. I just don't do it. But I'm just trying to say, I'm not here to, that's just me. It's not about smoking pot. It's about something we know is wrong. So that feeling you get, you wonder where it's coming from. You're afraid to do certain things. Like sometimes we're afraid to speak certain things or defend ourselves, that we're going to get punished for it or get hosed for it. You know the feeling. Some of you are definitely scared. I know you are. You've got to be out there someplace. Because you can sense a pattern. If you keep yourself down in the dirt, then you're allowed to just survive. But as soon as you try to thrive, there's a problem. Bam! They'll put you down again. And this is not police or law enforcement. This is us, other people like us doing this to us. There's other people like us doing this to us. Like they're trying to keep us suppressed and keep us down in the dumps and in the ground. Force us into living off the grid, that we don't know what's going on in the world. Why? Money we have? Money making ideas this told, but they know, well, I thought of that. What's the cause? Or maybe we're just fucking creative and they're just using our ideas to make money and want to keep us basically, we're like the cash cows. That's another way of looking at it. I don't know. I'm just coming up with anything that's actually remotely... See, I'm looking for practical solutions to this because I want this to stop. I'm one of those who want this to stop. I don't want to get sucked into the whole drama of what is. I want it to stop. But to get it to stop, we got to know how, what the hell are they doing? Why are they doing this to us? Like, why? If we know why, then we'll be able to find a way how to stop it. It's like you have a dam that's leaking and this water is pooling here. What you got to do? You got to find the hole. You can't plug the hole if you didn't find the hole. You got to search for that hole and plug it, or that whole wall will come tumbling down. The whole dam will break, as they call it. So let's not let that happen, and don't be afraid to speak your truth. Don't be afraid to speak your truth, because if you can find someone to talk to, someone who will stand with you, or if you don't have anyone, then you have to stand alone. And I'm really sorry, because I know how hard this would feel for you if you're going through this. You feel like you don't have a voice, and you're feeling yourself getting lost in the shuffle, in all this noise and confusion they're creating around you. One thing, I was like, these people are not human anymore. I think they've lost their humanity a long time ago. But don't lose yours. But don't get paranoid. Not every time, like if you're accustomed to seeing like a white car, black car, or you know, don't get paranoid. There's white cars all over. There's red cars all over. There's black cars all over. People honk their horns. Don't get paranoid. One thing, don't get paranoid. You owe it to yourself not to get paranoid. Because you know the difference. Keep your calm, keep your cool. Look at it almost with a detached way to look at it and study it. Don't get sucked into the drama. Keep your energy away from it. And then keep a clear thinking head and find someone who will stand with you. Or just contact one of us. You know, there's people on YouTube. I believe if we band together, we will find a commonality. But I don't know how I can get people to reach out to me or reach out to somebody. You know, just we can find a commonality in between. So stay safe.